All right, so I'm absolutely beat. So no, I guess face cam is the right word tonight for this. But I wanted to talk about everything that happened last night with Aaron Rodgers going down and whatnot. And first things first. Obviously, I've said in the past, like, hey, I want them to do bad because I want a first round pick. I just want Aaron to go out there and just mess around, not do well, give us, a really good first round pick, and we can, have two mid round first round picks. Obviously, I never had any ill will or anything like that. Again, I did say, stuff like that. Wishing the Jets did bad, but I never wish anyone to get injured. I would rather they lose at full strength, rather be overrated than a team that just got so injured. It's like, okay, well, they could be good, but they're not because they're just so injured. I saw a lot, a lot of crap online of people making a bunch of memes and just it's terrible, absolutely terrible. The stuff some people said that I saw, and I'm not gonna repeat it here, but other than that, I mean, what it means for the Packers is that we're guaranteed a second round pick now because Aaron Rodgers is out for the season. So we have no chance at all to get a first round pick. So, don't look for, a top guy. When we start doing drafts here, look for, I guess second rounders are still kind of top guys, but like top peak, like top of the mountain guys. Don't be looking for them. Look for people that are just a little bit lower than that. Some people that, maybe, this team and that team are going to bypass him, so he might be there in the second round. Stuff like that. So, when people go into the drafts here in, March through April, well, really the day the Super Bowl ends. But, as soon as, people start doing that, again, it's not going to be, top of the top. So, no chance at that at all, again, because he had to play 65% or more of the snaps. And obviously he can't because he's injured. So that's what it means for the Packers. Again, I saw a lot of Packers fans kind of just happy about it. I wanted a first. Again, I wanted it first. I wanted them to suck, but I wanted a first round pick. I didn't want this to happen at all. And I even, I made a video months ago saying, hey, like, Jets, don't don't screw them up. Come on, man. Don't screw them up. Let's just get that 65% and call it a day. Okay? Let's just do that. But, so a lot of Packer fans just, oh, look at what happens. He's gone, and this is happening. It's like, yeah, I'm not that I'm not that petty, okay? That petty is I'm not. Is it suck he's gone? Yes. Do I hate that he left? Yes, absolutely. He's my favorite player all time. And to just see him go and follow in Brett Favre's footsteps is terrible, absolutely terrible thing to watch. But he made his choice. We got Jordan Love, who actually did look good against the Bears, but we're not going to talk about Jordan Love this video. But it sucks. It's absolutely terrible. Obviously, I turned on the game last night. I wasn't going to stream it because I was tired. But I turned the game on. And then I shut it off, and then I turned it back on in the fourth quarter, and then watched the fourth quarter, and then watched the 30 seconds of overtime or whatever it was. But yeah, I didn't really watch Zach Wilson at all. I was going in only looking for Rodgers, only looking for Cobb, for Lazard, and stuff like that. And as soon as Rodgers got injured, I'm just like, yeah, I don't really care about this game. I don't care about the Jets. I don't care about the Bills too much. Even though I have enjoyed watching, like, the Bills are a fun team when they're good. Obviously, they're still not making it over the hump to the Super Bowl, and I think their window's really closing. Because Allen did not look good last night. He had more completions to Jets players than Aaron Rodgers did, which was 3-1. I believe it was 3-1. So a little joke there. But Allen just looked absolutely terrible last night. So I'm sure Rodgers would have came out, slung it, and just, destroyed the Bills probably yesterday. But, now we don't get to see Rodgers Mahomes or, I don't know if they played the Bengals. I don't remember. But if they, play these top tier teams, we don't get to see anything like that. In the future, if this is, it's an Achilles. If this is it, if he only it was like 75 seconds at game time, it was only 4 plays for the Jets. If this is it, if he has to retire because of this injury, we're never gonna get to see Love and Rodgers play. We're never gonna get to see stuff like that in the future. Rodgers to go up against these other QBs that maybe he only went up against once, but because in the AFC, he has a better chance to go up a couple more times. I think it was like a 3-year deal on his contract. We're not going to get to see stuff like this. I'm 99% sure if Rodgers stayed healthy throughout the year, and obviously, again, they still can if he comes back and doesn't have, is not forced to retire. If he wants to come back, I'm still like almost certainly 100% sure, almost 100% that they're going to have Packers-Jets next year if Rodgers is playing. If he's not, probably not. I think it's like a 3-4 year cycle for teams don't normally play. But if Rodgers comes back and he stays healthy, I am 99% sure that they are going to schedule Packers-Jets for next year for that. Because again, it's going to draw money. It's going to be in prime time. Or game of the week. It could be prime time if Jordan Love is good. Sunday night, Monday. Well, I don't think they would do. I think it would be Sunday night. I don't think they would do a Monday night game. But we might not get to see stuff like that. It sucks. It absolutely sucks that we might not get to see a whole bunch of this potential QB battles. Different team battles now that the Jets are kind of good. It's like, hey, let's see how the Jets do against the Bengals or the Chiefs or these other teams here now with top tier quarterback. We don't get that. It's terrible. I hate it. I really hate it. Again, I would have preferred the Jets just suck and we get the first round pick. Just have Aaron Rodgers just be bad and play 65%. But now that's off the table, so it's set for us Packer fans here. Jets fans are devastated. They have to go through another season with Zach Wilson. So, send your prayers to Jets fans because they're not really happy right now. Especially because it's Zach Wilson. But, he didn't look too bad. From what I saw, he didn't look too bad at all. So, I'm sure Rodgers taught him a thing or two. Again, now he's QB1 again. So, getting thrust into it, I'm sure Rodgers will kind of teach him some stuff. From the sidelines, kind of teach him, how to do this, how to do that, but he can't, show him, per se. I mean, he can probably, I don't know how long he'll have a boot on, if he'll have a boot on. Probably will have a boot on for a while. But, after his boot, he might, do some passes or something like that if he can. But, again, this is Zach Wilson's show now. It does suck, because I would have caught a few of the Jets games. I want to watch all of them, but something like Jets-Chiefs would have been so fun to watch. And again, we don't get that. So, it sucks. This is league changing. This really is league changing because now you take the Jets from a potential playoff spot to maybe a playoff spot. We'll see. Because they're in a tough division. They're like, again, a healthy Tua, Dolphins are good. Patriots didn't look terrible against the Eagles. They actually didn't look that bad, if I'm being honest. And then the Bills, I guess they're kind of falling down a bit, but it might just be a week 1 slump. We'll see. So they're in a tough division. They're in the hardest conference. Because again, you have the Bengals, you have the Ravens, you have the Chiefs, potentially the Browns, potentially. As much as I hate to say that. Chargers, potentially. I know they put up a fight against the Dolphins. Who else? Jags from the South. There's in a tough conference, and without Aaron Rodgers, it's like, well, can Zach Wilson do it? Sure, you have a good defense, but can Zach Wilson do it? Especially again because that O-line is terrible. I'm gonna get on a mini rant here. Okay, I'm not gonna stick on this too long. I was talking throughout the offseason, hey, get Aaron Rodgers an O-line. You have to get this man an O-line. You can sign Dalvin Cook. You can sign Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard. You can sign all these players from everywhere. They did not upgrade their O-line at all. At all. So, I don't know why they didn't do that. They should have done that. That's the reason why Aaron Rodgers got hurt. Obviously, it's also the turf, which we go on a rant about the turf. I could an hour rant on the turf, but we're not going to. It's MetLife. There's a history there. Most recently that I can think of is the Niners lost, I think, like 4 players. This was like 2 years ago. They lost like 4 players playing at MetLife. I'm sure there was something last year that I'm blanking out, but the one that sticks out in my mind is the Niners had like 4 people they lost in MetLife. So it's just terrible field, terrible O line. You know, combination, it ruined the Jets. Well, I don't want to say 100% ruined the chances at a playoff spot, but it took a big hit. It took a really big hit with the Zach Wilson as your quarterback. So, I'm laughing because we know he's bad, but again, I think there's potential where Aaron Rodgers could mentor him, and he didn't look that bad. He kind of looked like, I didn't watch too much Jets football last year, but kind of looked like it took a bit of a step up. Yeah, so we'll kind of see how this year goes. If Rodgers is forced to retire, again, we're never gonna see Packers versus Rodgers. Which I hope is it. I hope it's in Lambeau so bad. I want it to be in Lambeau so bad. I just want to see the reaction when he comes out of the tunnel. You get a way better reaction than you would in MetLife, of course. If he comes back and they're planning this, there's no way they're sitting. Yeah, let's have the Packers come to MetLife. Now I know last time the Jets played the Packers was in Lambeau. I get that. Just, it's a special occasion. It's a one-time thing. Again, Rodgers is probably going to be 3 years and then done. If we play him next year, that'll be the second year of his contract. If we play him next year, you're not going to get a chance to see him at Lambeau. Because I don't, unless it's a really good game and someone wins by like 3 points, and then they might schedule, a rematch for the following year. But I don't see, it just makes less sense to me to have it at MetLife when, again, it's your former team. Like, the crowd is going to go wild. There's going to be cheers, there's going to be boos. And it's like you're not going to get that at MetLife. You're going to get a lot of cheers because, again, they're the home team. On the road, you put Aaron Rodgers back where, it was for over a decade. Almost 2 decades. Yeah, of course. Like, you're going to get a lot of mixed reactions. So I understand last time they played in Lambeau, but it would make total sense for Rodgers to come back to Lambeau again, just because of everything with the crowd and everything like that. So again, that's for the future if he comes back. Right now, it's Tuesday. I'm recording this. It's literally 1 day after he got injured. So we know he's out for the season. That's all we found out. We don't know if Rodgers is going to retire. We don't know if he's going to be forced to retire by the doctors. We don't know. We have no idea anything at all. So we'll see. Give it 6 months in the future, and we'll kind of see what happens here next offseason, what he's going to do. If an update comes out like sometime this week, it might be another style video like this where it's just me speaking and I'll have a picture of Aaron Rodgers, on there. But, I'll, do an update video if something happens. Otherwise, we're going to wait a while and just see what he does. We'll probably wait till the offseason, kind of see if he's scared to come back after, an Achilles like that. Which, again, at his age can be really bad for him. But we'll see. We'll see. It's Aaron Rodgers. He's come back, from other injuries. He hurt his knee against the Bears in, 2018 or whatever it was and came back the second half. So, it's... but, he's a tough man. He's really tough. So, for now, like the video, share the video around, don't subscribe, and I'm out of here. Peace.